Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Peter Barber. I'm primarily a professional opera singer, music producer, bass vocalist, and host of the podcast Vocal Arts with Peter Barber. Today we're going to be checking out Sarah Geronimo's performance of Creep for the first time ever. I of course know the original. I've done my own cover of this song before. I'll leave a little clip here if you guys want to watch that. This is Sarah Gironimo. First time ever hearing her, guys. This will be a reaction and analysis, so I will be pausing the video primarily to talk about vocal technique, as that's where my expertise lies. Guys, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, very helpful for me. Leave a comment for the algorithm in it. If I am enhancing your listening experience, if you're finding you're enjoying these artists more, you're learning about their singing and their voice, please do consider joining my Patreon for as little as $1 a month, although you don't get any benefits for $1. For benefits, and a lot of benefits, $3 a month. Very affordable, 1 cup of black coffee per month you can sacrifice to support me over there. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction and analysis.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You look like an angel. Your skin makes me cry.
Okay, very cool. Starting this in a very intimate, breathy place, which is great. Gives you a long place to build as a vocalist. You're not coming out of the gate hot, belting your high notes. And of course, that is true to the original of this song as well. In this kind of like low middle part of chest range. Really sounds like middle voice for her. We'll see what the range does, but very breathy, which means she's allowing extra air to escape through the vocal folds. It makes for that kind of intimate sound. Literally, that's because there is more air coming through the vocal folds during each oscillation. It's also a very quiet sound. Now, of course, this is with microphones, so you can't tell. But this is a very quiet sound compared to, the belting I assume we're going to hear later. And I like what she's doing. It's almost a cappella. The first line I think is a cappella, then I think piano comes in. But it's very stripped down, it's very raw, and she's able, because of this orchestration, to really take her time. There's no set tempo yet, but surely there will be later.
When you were here before,
there's the piano. Okay.
couldn't look you in the eye. You look like an angel. Your skin makes me cry.
That's a pretty big deviation from the original, right? Your skin makes me cry instead of skin makes me cry. So it's a pretty big deviation, pretty cool, putting her own spin on it. Yeah, we're really nowhere really near the very bottom of her chest range yet, and we're also obviously not high. We're like very, very comfortably in the middle here.
You float like a feather in a beautiful world.
Nice easy vibrato coming in there. World. Instead of straight toning it, she's allowing a little vibrato. This means that there's enough relaxation happening here, but there's still, requisite breath support to just allow the freedom in that sound.
You're so very special.
Avoiding the F-bomb, okay.
I wish I was special.
There's such a long reverb tail on the however they've engineered the sound, right? It's like seconds long. Listen to those. I think it's shh, shh, shh. Listen to that shh, and just it goes shh. All the way out.
Special.
I think it's back here.
I wish I was special.
No, wait. Even further? It's so slow right now. Because there's no tempo.
You're so very special.
That was it.
but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
You know, it's a lot of times you'll hear, especially pop singers, drop the final consonant of the word. So instead of creep, it's I'm a creep, and not even really say the P. I like how she actually articulates the P, so we know the word is creep. Oh, my buddy George is calling me, the guitar player. I unfortunately have to ignore that for the moment, but we'll call him back in a minute.
I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
This song is so powerful. It's just incredible. It's really one of the great alternative rock songs of that time. And I really like this arrangement of it, and I like her delivery of it a lot. It's just it sounds like it's coming from a very vulnerable place, which is really what you need in this song. It's also very speech driven at this point, meaning she's not singing these big lines. It's very much about the poetry right now. Now, if people recommend me songs, it usually means there's like vocal fireworks, like, you know, a Dimash or a Sohyang or something like that, or a Morissette. So I assume she's going to get way up into her high belt range, but just right now the delivery is so intimate and vulnerable, and it's really, really works well for this piece.
I don't belong here. So I don't care if it hurts.
Staying very intimate still.
I wanna have control.
Edging just ever so slightly towards a more powerful sound. Not significantly yet, but just showing like another 5% in the tank here.
Have control.
Control.
I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice.
It's just a very raw delivery. She's letting her voice slide around. She's, you know, sometimes vibrato, sometimes not. Like very clearly, like very audible breaths in there. It's just a very raw approach, which again works really well. And if you listen to the original, it's like not even really tuned. Like it's like the singer's often out of tune. There's almost no effects put on the voice in the original. There's almost no reverb and atmosphere. It's like how it sounded in the booth. Surely some things done to. There's always some editing done, but it sounds very raw, and so does this performance.
When I'm not around, you're so very special.
So up to a G, just a G4. So this is like high G for my voice, like high G for like baritone. Actually, really any male voice type. This is high G. G4.
You're so very special.
Not high for her. You can tell she's got way more to go.
I wish I was special. But I'm a creep. Oh, I'm a weirdo.
Really chewing that R on weirdo. I'm a weirdo. Usually people say kind of like weirdo, like really kind of swallowing that R to make it very clear. And I love how she just kind of like lets the voice fall after that. It's like weirdo, and like kind of breathes it out here.
What the hell am I
it gets crazy. I assume. Because the bridge is often where people kind of pop off in this song, as did the original. She's getting, as you'd expect, much better vocal fold closure in this higher part in her chest range. So the vocal folds during each of their oscillations are together for a much longer period of time, a higher percentage of the time. It's called the closed quotient. And that's going to result in a brighter sound, a sound with more high harmonic content, a sound that's going to cut really well. And although you can't tell in this setting because microphones and amplification and yada, 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 would be a much, much louder sound than a breathy sound. Okay. Let's talk about this. Okay, awesome, epic. What we're always hoping for in the bridge of this song is big, powerful, high chest belting. It sounds to me like those really high notes are mixed, like a really, really solid, grounded mix. It is really hard to say sometimes, A, when a singer is really good at mixing, and B, when it's amplified like this, because like I said, you can't tell true volume. But epic, and get up to an E5. So E5 would be very, very high for a pure chest belt, but I have seen a number of artists do it on this channel. Morissette, Sohyang, a number of other these really talented singers can certainly belt up that high, and I have no reason to believe that Sarah Geronimo cannot either, but just the quality of sound to me just sounded more like a mix than a pure chest belt. Let's go back to the start of this. So the end there, very clearly pure chest voice, and then to me it sounds like mixed when she goes up to this high D. It just sounds like it just sounds like the mechanism just lightens up a little bit, like the A's here just sound deeper connected. Again, it's really, these are like very tiny little things I'm listening for. And again, I don't really know this singer's voice yet, so it's hard to say. But to my ear, it sounds, my gut instinct is she goes into a very well-supported, powerful mix when she jumps up to that D and kind of stays there for this whole bridge. Just has a little bit of that like head connected, like not falsetto-y sound, but like it's a higher place, like it's just a tiny bit breathier, and it loses a bit of that really yelly quality. When the higher you take your pure chest voice, the more yelly it's gonna sound. Even if you're a really good belter, a good belt sounds like a very well-controlled yell, and you can tell it's just got so much gravity and connection all the way down into the chest voice. It's, of course, all coming from the vocal folds. We use chest voice more as a mode mechanism and kind of where you feel the vibrations from the propagation of the sound. And to me, it just sounds like it just lightens up ever so slightly when she goes up, all the way up, especially up to that F sharp, right? Going slightly sharp there, love it. Being a little sharp is being on the professional side of the pitch. You don't want to go flat. Going sharp is the move because you're like, this isn't even high. I can go higher. I'm not kidding. Like in opera, you always want to be a little bit, if you're going to be out of tune, be a little bit sharp. It's a funny thing, but it's called being on the professional side of the pitch. So I kind of love that she pushes a little sharp right at the end of that belt. And she really lightens it up well. And if you're really belting is in your extremes in the chest voice, there's really no way to lighten it. Like to do a really soft version of that, like to sing really loud and really high, or to sing really high in your chest voice, you're stretching the whole mass of the vocal folds out. And if they don't have a lot of vocal tension on them to stay stretched out, they will automatically kind of release into head voice. So some singers can go from like a really heavy chest belt into maybe more of like a mix. That's possible. But to go from to a really powerful chest belt into just like a really light kind of airy chest version of that same really high note is not really a thing. And I think she kind of does that at the end of this phrase, which again makes me think she's going more from a mix into a pure head voice as opposed to a rockin' chest belt into a light chest belt. See, my brain's like, is that even a thing? Have I even heard that? Right there at the end, you hear how much that lightens up, staying on the same pitch with no shift in registration or anything. And then there, obviously, head voice for that last pitch. So, mixing wizard. Also, I'd like to flag that she does that whole thing completely leaned over, which makes it actually much harder to... If you lean and move in a direction, you need to make sure all this stays in order. Like, you don't want to be doing that, or like this, or like this. But if you keep your head anchored in the same direction, you can do a lot, but it is still harder to breath support sitting down, and she's done this whole performance sitting down.
With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now, entertainers.
Oh. A little Nirvana.
And contagious. Here we are now, entertainers. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Is this just a tag at the end of Creep, or is she... Well, I mean, we don't have enough time for a full cover at the end of this. Cool, though. Throwing in some Nirvana here at the end of this Radiohead song. I love the vibrato. Yes. This is also like it's tough for me to say my favorite genre of music, but 90s, early 2000s alternative rock is way up there. Like, catch me at any point in the day and I'm down to listen to it. I cannot say that about every genre of music. It is one of my favorites. Yes, Sarah. So it was just a tag. Just like a little outro. Oh, interesting.
I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
That reverb is nutty.
I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Ah! Wait. Okay, hold up. The video right at the end just cuts off. Okay, cool. So it was like a little interlude of Nirvana, and then she comes back to Creep. I love it. I think they go well together. Really awesome performance. I love how intimate and vulnerable she's willing to go on that stage in front of thousands of people. Amazing. That's artistry. That's true artistry. You got to be vulnerable as an artist of any kind. You got to be vulnerable because that's where the good stuff is. And showed this like super breathy, low, intimate singing, and also showed like these big vocal fireworks and what I still think is a really amazingly strong, well-connected mixed belt instead of a full chest belt. And the other thing is, which I didn't say earlier, is she might be able to full chest belt it, but maybe is opting not to because it's in the middle of a long performance, and really high chest belting is objectively very tiring and very taxing on the voice. Even if you can do it very healthily and as sustainably as possibly, it really is physiologically like well breath supported yelling with good vocal closure, and it's tough. I mean, that just is taxing. It's the same kind of singing that opera singers do, and there's a reason why it takes a very well-trained voice to sing powerfully for hours at a time, especially when it's, voice v orchestra with no microphones. Very taxing, and I can 100% relate to that. So if she's opting for the mixed belt because of that, totally understood, and now I'm interested to hear her just kind of let it rip in the high chest voice. So if you have other suggestions for Sarah and for me to analyze, please leave them below, and let's watch this play out, and we'll call it a day.
Doing here. I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
That person that just yelled, "We love you, Sarah," she's got a voice on her, all the way from the back of this theater. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Hope you gained appreciation for this awesome singer. Thank you for suggesting it to me. I'm trying to do more and more suggestions these days. But the other thing is, people ask me a lot. They're like, why haven't you done this video? Why haven't you done this video? Because I get hundreds and hundreds of suggestions a week. That's not an exaggeration. And I only do 2 videos per week. So you guys do the math. Not possible to get to even close to all of them, unfortunately. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do like, subscribe, leave a comment. And then if you really enjoyed, please do join my Patreon. Have a lot of fun. We'll chat together in the Discord server. It's kind of the only place you can interact one-on-one with me. That's why a lot of people have been joining lately. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. See you in the next one. Peace.